After she dropped the "I might actually be pregnant now" line and admitted to cheating because she was bored, I knew I had to play this smart. Emotionally, I was a mess. Sleep-deprived, wired on coffee and rage, but I couldn't afford to snap. Because the more I pushed, the calmer she got. It was like pissing her off only made her better at the game. So I did what any reasonable man in an insane situation does. I started gathering everything. Screenshots, voice memos, photos of her texts from the iPad. I called a lawyer. I even bought a ring cam for the front door, just in case. Alyssa must have sensed I was preparing to boot her because suddenly she flipped the script again. She started acting like she was the victim, telling her friends I'd emotionally abused her, that I was paranoid and controlling, that she'd faked the pregnancy because I had abandonment issues, and she didn't know how else to keep me close. Oh, and then came the second pregnancy test. One morning, I walk into the bathroom, and there it is, sitting perfectly angled on the counter like a display item, a positive pregnancy test. I almost laughed. I wanted to believe it was fake, but part of me still felt that flicker of doubt. I picked it up, still warm, too fresh. She walks in behind me, arms crossed. "Guess you owe me an apology." I didn't say anything, just stared at it. But something didn't add up. She hadn't looked nauseous. She'd been drinking wine 3 nights ago. She'd been smoking when she stormed out, and there were 2 tests in the trash. 1 negative, 1 positive. So I checked the box. It was from Dollar Tree. I scanned the barcode, searched online. Turns out that specific brand turns false positives if you leave it out too long. When I confronted her, she just smiled and said, "You wanted proof? I gave you something. You should be grateful." And then she said, "Maybe it's real, maybe it's not. Guess that's your problem now." That night, I locked myself in the guest room, deadbolt. Didn't sleep. And at 3:42 a.m., I caught her trying to pick the lock with a Barbie pen. No joke. I watched it through the security cam on my phone. Her face lit only by the hallway light, dead silent. Twisting, jiggling, working at it like she was entitled to break in. I finally opened the door and said, "Are you out of your fucking mind?" She just smiled. "You used to love when I snuck into your bed." Then she walked back to her bedroom like nothing happened. The next morning I called my lawyer again and said, "I want her out now." Because at this point it wasn't about lies anymore. It was about safety.